Hi, my name is Olmo del Corral and today I will show you our powerful search control. The search control is available for Windows and web applications and comes out of the box in Signum framework. We make intensive use of this control for exploring entities, find a concrete entity we are looking for, or embed the control in another page to show related information. In this video, we are going to use Southwind example application to learn how to use this powerful tool. Here we have an order query. The order has a customer, an employee, an order date. As with any of the grid, you can order the results by clicking the columns, ascending or descending. Even more, if you press Shift key at the same time, you can order by multiple columns. Also typical is the pagination footer. There we can see how many rows this query has and the current interval. We can control the page size and change the current page easily. So far we haven't seen anything new, but now come the original features of the search control. The first interesting thing is that the customer and employee columns are links. It knows they are references to entities and we can navigate to them. By right-clicking on any column header or cell, we can add a filter. Look how the search control knows what kind of data is in the column. So, for a number like ID, it gives us a simple numeric text box, an operation that makes sense for numbers. If instead we filter by state, it knows the enumerated values and also reduce the possible operations. We can also filter by date columns, or even columns that represent other entities. Look how, when an entity column is selected, we get an autocomplete in the field to select the employee. Or we can even find it using a search control dialog. Even more, if we filter by customer, the search control knows that the customer can be either a person or a company, asking us before opening the search dialog. And the autocomplete looks in both tables. And now is when the show really starts. Using this combo box in the top, we can reference not only the columns in the base query, but all the columns in the table. For example, we can filter by total price, even if it's not in the query. Moreover, we can add total price column to the query. Look how easy it is to add the new columns. No programming required. Right-click on the column header and we can remove this column, or any other column in the query. We are not just showing and hiding columns here. The underlying dynamic query is getting modified. Even more, we are not limited to this table. We can dig deeply in the entities to see their data. The search console will join the tables for you. For example, let's see the orders that were made by the employees that report to Stephen Buchanan. Or we can even add the photo of the employee. Let's remove this beautiful photo from the 80s. We can use the same technique to build some expressions on value types. Let's filter even more. Only the orders, which order date, day of week was a Monday. Have you ever seen a grid that lets you do all these things? And I haven't shown you everything yet. Let's take a look to the combo here. As you can see, some elements have a hyphen. Those are the fields in the order entity that were hidden in the default query. Also, if we hover with the mouse, we can see the type of each column. Ship is a shipper. Customer is a company or a person. And order date is a date and time. They have different colors, depending what kind of things they are. Entities are turquoise, enums brown, dates violet, strings and numbers are black, and collections orange. You hear right, we can even use collections here. Just give me a minute and I will show you. If we take a look at the order entity, using this view link in the left, we can see that each order line has a detailed collection with a lot of order lines. Each detail line has a product, unitary price, quantity, discount, and subtotal price. The order also has a total price and freight. In our query, we also have available the details property, and the tooltip stands for list of embedded order details. If we select it, we have a lot of new options: any, all, element, count. The simplest one is count. Let's add it as a column. It's a numeric column, so we can filter, order. Using any, we can filter all the orders that contains details with any, for example, product. Let's use tofu. Using all, we can even be more restrictive, showing the orders that only contain tofu. Amazing, but we can only filter. Using element, we can multiply the results by the elements in the collection to add columns or filter. Let's, for example, add product, quantity, and subtotal price. As you see, a yellow message is warning us now that the results are being multiplied by details. And if we take a look at pagination, we now have 2000 rows instead of 800. The collections that we use here doesn't necessarily have to be real collections in the entities. We can register any type of query here, like payments in a customer or orders for an employee. Speaking about extensibility, we can also execute operations on the entities straight from the search control. Just right click on the row, and here we can zip or cancel any order. If the operation cannot be executed with the current entity, the menu item will be disabled and show us the reason in a tooltip. If you are using a tablet or you cannot right click easily, you can use the same features in the selected button here. Additionally, new extensions can be attached to the search control. In this one here, we use user queries, charts, and Excel modules from Signum extensions. We've done this tutorial using the search control of Signum Web, but exactly the same features are available in Signum Windows. We think with the search control, we have achieved a really nice balance between expressivity power and a clean and simple user interface. That's all for now. Thank you for listening.